Yo, you already know what it is. Your boy DJ Filthy Rich.
Yeah, it's your boy DJ Big X.
What's happening? DJ Smooth.
And this is the We Outside show, and we got the one and only Jazzy Pha in the building.
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right, so look, Jazz, before we even get started, there's no intro that I could give you better than you could give yourself. So introduce yourself to the people with all the good-ass names you got.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're now tuning into one of the most delightful of our time. It's yours truly, Jazzy Pha Burgundy, Obama Luther King Jr., Jackson 5 the First, here. At Stank on it, baby, doing the real big.
That's what it is. There we go.
Yeah,
That's right. There wasn't no way I'll do
First.
that.
Jackson 5 the First, yeah.
How you doing, big dog?
Oh, man, beautiful, baby, beautiful.
Good. We glad to have you on here.
God is great.
Legendary producer, songwriter. The list goes on, man. On and on and on and on and on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what we want to talk about first because he done did it all.
Let X start it off. X know how to get it going. He got all the he got a lot of the nuggets.
Well, man, you know, Jazzy, we go back, so I want to get it started because I know you keep your hands in a lot of everything, you know what I'm saying? So just bring us up to date musically with what you've been doing.
Let's see. I've been working on an inspirational project.
Okay.
Javon DeWan, you know Vaughn, my best friend Vaughn.
Yeah.
Javon DeWan and the Trap Stars.
Okay.
Trap meaning talent revolving around purpose. That's the trap.
Dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Dope.
And for the last probably, excluding the last 2 weeks, probably the last 11 Wednesdays. Every Wednesday we have like what we call a self-love Wednesday, right?
Right.
So everybody come over, all of our musician friends, he's got 2 bands, and everybody, all the talented people that we love and deal with on a regular, we have them all come to the studio. So it'd be about 18, 19 of us in the studio all at once, doing something inspirational, all going into the same project. And so every Wednesday we've done a different record that has a different vibe, and they metamorphosize, they change, and almost like our version of K-pop. That's how you can kind of think about how, you know, one beat going into another. It ain't no regular production. It's big, it's massive, and it's not holier than thou. It's not a super Christian project. It's just like something just uplifting.
So when
you know what I'm saying?
So when we talk about inspirational music, what motivated you to do inspirational music?
Because the void of it. Because the void of love. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then people just saying stuff like R&B is dead.
Yeah.
Like R&B built all of us. R&B got us here.
Hip hop is R&B.
Yeah, but I'm just saying R&B is what got us here, though.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody, ain't no female, no anybody out here producing nothing that don't have some R&B in it. You know what I'm saying? If it's Temptation, Sam Cooke, if it's Al Green, if it's up to Keith Sweat, up to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever it is, you got some R&B in it. So they were saying that R&B is dead. I said, no, R&B ain't dead. I said, the love is dead.
That's right. The love is dead.
It's the love. You know what I'm saying? It's the absence of love. You know what I'm saying? They replace love with demon time.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So we have those conversations a lot as DJs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times in the clubs or even just things that we're supposed to play, we like, man, the energy is so bad and it's affecting people in a different way. So I like how you're really killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So you're bringing love back and R&B back at the same time.
And we doing it with 808s. You know what I'm saying? So we luring them with the candy. That's where the trap come in on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Because the trap part is a part of the sound.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's still the talent revolving around purpose. You know what I'm saying? That's the trap. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And we got to, they say this thing like trap. I got a new meaning for that. Just like that, blessings will fall in your lap.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But if you kind of repurpose your mind, you know what I'm saying? If you repurpose your mind, you know what I mean, and condition your mind to think that you can do and know that you can do anything instead of quarantining yourself to that 9 to 5 that these people got you locked in, you know what I mean? You got to get outside of that afterwards and work on your dream.
Yeah. Well, I see you every morning you wake up and sometimes you give an inspirational speech.
Yeah.
What motivated you to start doing that?
Same thing, just the lack of, you know, when I start scrolling, you know what I mean? I can't, like me, when you raised in a certain kind of family, I was raised by my mom, so you know we woke up, we might have heard the Clark Sisters or the Winans or you know Andre Crouch in the morning because it had like we would sing those songs even on the way to school, but after a while, I was like, wow. Even when I started rapping as a youngin', I would integrate those melodies in my music. And people would be like, man, that was dope. You know what I'm saying? Even back then. Like, me and my brother were the first gospel rappers that I ever known. We just never dropped a record. We never dropped a record. We lived in California at the time, and we were performing one day, and Commission, Fred Hammond, and all of them came to our church, and they performed, and they were late. So my pastor was like, well, Jazzy, y'all come up here and entertain us. You know what I'm saying? We came up there and did the record. We did the songs that we did. It was me and my brother.
Right.
And we were called the Churches 3. One of our guys had got out of the group. So we said, we still gonna be the Churches 3. Instead of you, it's gonna be me, him, and Jesus. It's still 3 of us, you know what I'm saying? So
yes,
we performed, and me and my brother could beatbox. We was crazy with the beatbox.
Right.
So we had a great system at our church. So, you know, anytime it was a great system, you know, we always go, first thing we gonna do is start beatboxing on the mic. Yeah. And it sound dope, you know, so you got that bass. So he beatbox, I rap. I beatbox, he rap. I was cold beatboxing back then. Back in the day, I ain't beatboxing like that no more. But, you know, unless I had to do it on a record or something. But we were doing it, and then we had these PA systems inside the dressing room. Commission heard us in the dressing room, was like, what is that? And they all came out to this little, the back area of the sanctuary, and they could see us. And it was like, man, when we came off, it was like, where's your mama? He was like, Fred Hammond said, where's your mother? I said, she's right here. Said, I want to take y'all to the Roxy in Hollywood, because we live in California, in like Rialto, California. That's like an hour away from LA.
Right.
Took us to their next show like 3 days later at the Roxy. We performed there, and it was like, man, we trying to sign y'all. We was only like 16 years old. You know what I'm saying? So my mom wasn't going to let us do it. You know what I mean? She wasn't going to let us sign, because, you know, we wanted to finish school first.
Yeah.
So you come from a rich family of musicians. Your dad was a part of the Barcades. How was that growing up in a family like the Barcades, knowing that was your dad growing up?
Man, that was crazy, dog. Being around people like Rick James, being backstage with Michael Jackson, the Jackson 5, and, you know what I'm saying, being around Switch. Not the barge, but Switch.
Switch, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Cameo, and who else? Everybody.
Yeah,
everybody you can think of. Anybody you
legends.
could hear on the Funk Fest, we was there. From Come Function to Earth, Wind & Fire to the Commodores, whatever. All of them. I grew up around those guys, like standing right there, like, you know, Lionel Richie saying, hey, man, can you get Young Blood, can you go get our towels, man? I don't know where he is. Can you get our towels for us? You know what I'm saying?
Wait, so growing up around all that, and you're a kid, right?
Yeah.
That's really some rock star lifestyle. So I know there's a lot of drugs going on, and you probably just didn't know what was going on, right?
Man, I done seen coke on the back of guitars, to women's asses, to like everything. I done been pulled up out of everything. My dad used to have to pull me up out of Cameos, because I was a big Cameo fan. Yeah. And, you know, like, everybody on tour together, but it was like a love-hate kind of relationship.
Yeah,
you know
competition. It was,
Cameo and Barcades is like the Saints and the Falcons.
Yeah, on stage.
You feel me?
Right.
Yeah.
On
like,
stage, they battle.
Like, you know, in New Orleans, you know, Cameo might whoop their ass, but, you know, they know when they come to like, Shreveport, Louisiana, or you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Barcade's gonna kill them, you know what I'm saying? Because they got a fan base out there that's crazy, you know. So they be battling back and forth. But I love Cameo, and they used to hate when I used to be out there watching Cameo. But I love Cameo, dog. I love.
That's Larry Blackman. That's that.
Yeah, I was a fan. I was a super fan.
That was that first Atlanta sound.
Yeah.
Man, that used to trip me out. We used to walk around with that red cup all the time. I used to be like, what's up with him? What are you doing?
Bro, I was back there when Cameo was singing them songs before they got, you know, Candy. That was late, Cameo.
Yeah, that's 80s.
That was Pop Candy.
I was around when they was doing Shake Your Pants.
Yeah, Shake Your Pants.
I like the way we dance.
The real Cameo. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
His voice is
Today
so dope, too.
I'm just a lonely man, and tomorrow I'll be a king.
All
of that?
Yeah.
Come on, dog.
Them were the days right there.
What?
So recently, matter of fact, your dad came to New Music Monday and brought us a new record that y'all did together.
Ooh.
Yeah. So what was
Choose
it
a
like?
Lover.
Yeah, that song is so hard. Bro.
Appreciate that, bro.
That song is super hard. So
Appreciate
was that your
that.
first
Yo,
time
that
ever
nine,
working? Was that your first time ever working with your dad?
No.
Okay, so
No.
that song is crazy.
I've been working with my daddy since I was a kid, bro.
Yeah.
since I was a kid. But the first song I wrote with them, I think I was probably, it had to be probably about 97. First time we worked together.
Yeah.
But the first good record that we did was one before this one. I think was a record called Grown Folks.
Okay.
It was a good record as well.
Yeah.
And then, Choose Your Lover's still growing.
Yeah, it's going crazy
Right now.
It's
But you know how that AC, urban AC kind of R&B does it? It just kind of, it ain't really like a Forest Blaze. It's kind of like a, it's like,
Stick to the ribs, it grows.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then you get a call and you be like, man, that thing going crazy over here in the Southeast region. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Yeah. That's a good record, man. Mm-hmm. And it's nostalgic, too. We miss it. We're just missing that.
Yeah, and they got a new lead singer, so it was like a fresher breath of air. A breath of fresh air. There it is.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So let's get to some of this history, man. You got.
Yes,
man.
sir.
I gotta ask you about this. Me and you worked together a while.
Yeah.
Back in the Too Short days. But your first success for me was when you did the Tila. Like that was like for me your first like real jump off. How you look that up?
Man, Tila had a group in Memphis. He was a part of a group. It was a duo. Him and this guy named Cody. They was called Endangered Species. You know what I mean? And they performed one day. I think it was they performed on Beale Street in Memphis. They performed on Beale Street, and I wanted to work with it. I just started kind of producing, and I was popular in the city. You know what I'm saying? Memphis was hating me in the city, boy. I don't know, cause I'm like, they think I got a silver spoon in my mouth.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But my dad made me earn what I got. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I saw them. And I was like, I was like, man, we got to work together. And then later on, T was like, man, I don't really, dude, he kind of into his relationship right now. I'm going solo. I'm doing my thing. I've been talking to some people, down in Texas, and then T-Money and then A-Ball and MJG trying to pull me in over here at Suave House. He said, man, if I get that deal, I'm going to come back and get you. I was like, bet. I was like, man, me and my boys, we going, at the Funkaholics. At the Funkaholics. And so we got up and we left and went to Atlanta. We came to Atlanta. I met with my guy Todd Day. Todd Day gave me I ain't had no money. He gave me I had a couple dollars, but Todd Day gave us $1,500. And was like, go to Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, and see what you can come up with for the week. You know what I'm saying?
Then one of them days you just took,
Listen, I never came back. I never went back. I don't even think I went back to pack.
He's like,
I don't know what happened to all that stuff I had out there.
So you just left.
I took all of the stuff that I use every day, and I packed it up in the car, and we drove out. I think I did go back. I went back and got something. I can't remember what it was. It wasn't that important though. But man, Tila, I was out there probably about 6 months. It's like right after Breed. We'll circle back to Breed. But I was out there working, and Tila called me one day and said, hey, man, I just did a deal with Suave House, man. You know what I'm saying? It's on. We're going to come back and we're going to work back in Memphis. I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So, because I was getting so busy in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I was getting so busy in Atlanta, but came back, worked, you know what I'm saying? Got in the studio with T, me and Tila working. He said, man, I got this record, man. A-Ball MJG want to get on it. He played it for me. And it was that, said I'm rolling from the danger I'm holding. I don't know if you heard it, but it had the Run DMC thing to it.
Oh yeah, the
so
rock box.
The rock box. So he wanted that. They wanted to be on that record, and I was like, I'm not even thinking about our record because we hadn't made it yet. So we're in the studio one day, and I made this beat, and then I put this last little sound in there, and it was. Man, and we were just, everybody was like, man, this beat is so dope. But we had no vibe, you know what I'm saying? I was like, bro, when you need a vibe, you just got to get out and just go get you one.
Strip club.
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah, the strip club is undefeated for the vibe, bro.
Listen, I don't know. I can't remember. I never can remember which strip club we was at because we was like, I think we went to like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
To catch that vibe. So
Do the tour.
You know what I'm
Strip
saying?
club tour.
To catch those vibes.
Those are the vibes back in the day.
Yeah, so we got up into one where we was having motion. You know what I'm saying? We was having motion. We had invites. We had, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so we was gonna bring them all back to the studio or whatever. You know what I mean? So we get back to the lab. Boom, hey boy, that nigga T said, "Man, turn that beat on, Jazzy just did." Boom, my man Neil, he was laying, while we was going, he had laid the bass on that thing.
Ask who had
I
that
was like,
bass.
oh my God. So T goes in the booth. He said, boy, it was some hoes in the club showing up, shaking that ass in the club, nigga. I said, T, come here.
Nigga, what?
Come here. I said, play that again? He said, bet. I went in the booth. First thing, hoes in the club showing up, shaking that. I'm telling you, right on the top of the head, right from what he said. I said, oh yeah, that's it.
That's
Man,
it.
everybody, that's when everybody started moving. And everybody started walking around, okay, let me pour a drink. I said, oh, that's it. Yeah. That's it.
So you knew as soon as you heard that was
Yep.
it.
So then he say, okay, that's the blunt splitting decision. You know what I'm saying? The blunt splitting decision. Hey, up, time to smoke, baby. Hey, we got one. We got something to smoke to.
Did you take any vibes from the club to the studio with you?
Oh boy.
Okay,
They were the inspiration.
That's it, man.
They were inspiration. Shout out to all of y'all, man. Kiki, all of y'all.
That's something people don't realize too, man. Most of the best records in the world come from when them girls is in the studio, bro.
Man, because we like the peacock for them.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's natural. It's natural. You ever watch lions and female lions and male lions, how they walk around, how they just, you know what I'm saying? They just show out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's natural. It's natural. It's when nigga come in there and like pull their chain out and just like, you just seen a bunch of, you might be looking at the camera or something, they walking in the studio or something, you're like, oh man. You know what I'm saying?
There ain't no boogers in my nose.
Right. Even if you ain't even nobody, it's just how you want to be presented in front of the opposite sex. It's just how it is.
It's a good way to test the record on the fly too, because
Hey
moving,
man, yes.
you got one.
Yes.
Moving.
And they was working.
Yeah.
They was working. Yeah. And it's crazy because Ball and G didn't, they was like, we want the other record. I was like, bro. And T was like, man, they want to do that. I said, man, listen, you have to stop giving, when you know what you got, you have to stop giving people an out.
Right.
Like what I was telling my partner, he was A&R for his label. He was like, so we gonna let people choose. I'm like, no, we not. No, we not. Because the people might be feeling a certain kind of way one day, and they might choose wrong. We're making the choice. You don't give them a choice. You don't give them a choice. No, them on this record is a hit. It's out of here. We doing that. We're not giving them a choice.
So most of the time when you go into a single, Jazzy, do you have that decision making power to make that decision?
We test the records out. Of course, we break it down to 2 if need be. But pretty much. I mean, because if anything, we'll split the money. Put one in this one and one in this one, and we already have this one in the chamber ready to go if we have an issue with this one.
Right.
You know how it go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So back then, though, you're still fairly new. So how do you come in with that confidence early to say, nah, bro?
Watching my dad.
There you go. Okay.
Because my dad wasn't only an artist. I mean, he was also a national promotions guy. You know my pop. He always promotes something. He might come in with the Barcades, and he might come in with 3, 4 other records.
No doubt. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I've been there at Jack the Rapper convention. You know what I'm saying? Where the pop might walk up to Russell Simmons, and then he got a barbecue plate. You know what I'm saying? And there might something be more than barbecue in the plate. You know what I'm saying?
Old school shit.
Old school shit.
Yeah. Old school shit.
Or a cassette. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey, man, there might not be no cassette in there. You know what I'm saying?
Might be a little package.
And you understand me?
Yeah.
I ain't never said nothing wrong. But you know what it is. But you know what I'm saying? So I remember those days. I remember those days. Hey, man, listen. And be like, listen, Jay James, man, I need this record.
Yeah.
Because if Russell can't get his guys to play the record, some political reason or something like that, he gonna get JEA. You know what I'm saying? Jay gonna go in there and get it.
And that game still goes around today.
Right, yeah. You might have a better relationship with this guy because you're with him all the time.
No doubt.
I'm not finna call him direct. And we just got off the phone talking about that. I'm going to call you and get your guy where we need to have your guy at. We're going to be fair, and we're going to get it done.
Right.
And we're going to break bread.
That's the game.
And that record's still standing the test of time.
Man,
Oh, boy.
I be on him all the time, man. Like,
When they showed up?
I don't like to call records old, but like them legendary vintage, yeah.
Classic.
Legendary classic, whatever, all that.
They still hold weight to this day. Matter of fact, when I do shows with J.J. Williamson, that's his intro.
Those were records. J.J. Williamson,
the comedian, yeah.
Yep.
He does the
somebody
skit.
tagged me on that one time. It was old school.
Yeah,
But
he does the skit with the bass player.
Said the Entertainer had a song on. Remember, I Could Have Died. He had a song called "I Could Have Died." Ricky Smiley. Remember, Ricky Smiley had the mic stand. He said, "Man, you could tell that boy, man. This the only bass line he knew." He said, "Roll it back to the top. Roll it back to the top. You ready, boy? Church on Sunday, boy. Every church on Sunday." You know?
I remember that joke.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was running all over the auditorium. Yeah, man, that's cold.
But when we go back and like I was saying back, even when I first met you, I met you like when you first got to Atlanta. You was working with Breed.
Yeah.
I remember coming to Breed House. Short would bring me to Breed House, and it used to be like about 100 niggas in one house. And all y'all would be in there like it would be you, the DOC. It would be Breed. It would be Short. It would be like 8 volumes. Every cat that was hot at the time would be at Breed House recording. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, I just seen like y'all as one big family, and one of my favorite, like most underrated album. This one I knew you had the sauce for real. When you did the Breed album, the Saucy.
Saucy.
See,
Man,
you don't even remember that album.
A lot of people talk. I remember it. Ain't nobody gonna let me forget it, especially Big Zach. Because Big Zach, that was when Big Zach first started rapping. Mm-hmm. Like Big Zach, he was rapping.
But that's why I say that. Like that was my introduction to Zach, and pretty much a lot of the cast that came over the Short during that time was at Breed's house, like Bad Ways, Murder.
Murder, Joe Breeze, all them. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So those are like, to me, those are some years that like when I seen you and I seen you coming up, I was like, I remember seeing you one time in Miami. I don't know if you had really like started rapping and shit yet, but you was like dabbling, doing the hooks and shit, right? Yeah. And I seen you at some point, and I was like, yo. Now I think you had a song Playboy or something like that. And I
rapped on that song.
Yeah, you had just got the deal at Atlantic or something.
Looking for a playgirl.
And I was like, and I seen you in Miami, and I was like, yo, man, you got to take this shit for real. You own the song for real, for real.
Wow.
And then after that, we got back to Atlanta. And that's when I think like maybe a year or two after that, y'all found Ciara.
Yeah.
That was like right after that. So how was it? Like, who actually found Ciara? Was it you or?
T.A.
Okay.
T.A. Tate, Anthony Tate. But he brought her, she was in a group called Hearsay. And he brought them to me at DARP. We were at DARP. Shout out to Dallas Austin. We were over there, and me and Noonie, shout out to Noonie.
Yeah,
Noontime, you know what I'm saying, of course.
That's my boy.
We had just created a label called Show Enough Records. You know what I'm saying? So we were kind of veering off, doing our own things, thus, being over at DARP, you know what I'm saying, doing our thing, you know what I'm saying? Noontime was kind of blossoming into something different, you know what I mean? Chris was doing his thing. Everybody was doing their thing, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whatever, being successful in our own way, you know what I mean? But I went over and he brought these girls, 3 girls, called Hearsay, and he was like, the girl right here, you know what I'm saying, check her out, because I'm thinking when you do a solo situation with it, if you like it, then, it can be your thing, you know what I'm saying? Because you need to take a project, like, you producing a lot, but you need something that's going to really make you,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Tim got Missy, like, Jamie Lewis got Janet, you know what I'm saying? So you got to have something. And then at the time, I was definitely talking to Pharrell. He was like, man, you got to have something, you know what I'm saying? Like I got Khalees, you know what I'm saying? I was like, It hit me in the head, like, okay, bet. So Cece started dancing and doing their thing, and they all sound like, man, she was like, I think she was 16, turning
15
17.
or 16, something like
16,
that.
turning 17. She was just about close to her birthday. So she dancing, I'm like, like I'm trying to look away because this girl's so sexy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. You know what I mean? So she's dancing and then doing her thing. So he brought her back to the studio like a week later. We kicked in the studio probably 3-4 days. We didn't do no music. We'd just be out there just jamming to the box and she be dancing. I'd be like, man, listen, I had to, you know, niggas start, you know, Juan and everybody out there. they not knowing how young she is because she don't look like.
God, she didn't look. She didn't look.
And she
16.
didn't move like she was no damn 16 either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She was always, you know, sexy. So I think that one day we started recording. Jonte Austin, shout out to Jonte. He came over. First record we produced, we did was I think, You Changed the Game. I like your thug style. We did that. I was like, ooh, this record is a vibe. Next record was on the album. Every record we did that week was all on the album.
From the beginning?
Every record we did on that week was on the album. And so, you know, see, when it took, I was going to show her to, you know, all the producers in Atlanta so I can kind of get some feedback from some of the guys and just show them what I'm working with, just to see if I can find any things that I don't have, you know what I'm saying? Because I always like to look for what I don't have, you know what I mean, to make it great, you know what I mean? Like Lil Jon, you know, with the goodies, you know what I'm saying, and Sean Garrett. You know, Sean Garrett was brand new. Nobody was using Sean. Nobody was using Lil Jon. There's no R&B. I said, so damn, that'd be dope for us to take, you know, that crunk shit. And he wanted to do something different anyway. I want to work with her. You know what I'm saying? So dope. So we went, had a meeting with L.A. Reid. So I'm in there with L.A. So I'm meeting with him. So I ain't never really had no real meeting with an executive like that. Like I didn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Anytime I met with an executive, it was kind of like just over lunch or something like that, and we just chopped it up and said, we're going to work with your artist, we make hits. But this was like kind of like a meeting where I show him what I have. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know that. Nobody told me what to do. But Shakir brought me in, and Shakir standing behind L.A., you know what I'm saying? Because so L.A. can't see him. He doing sign language. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Shakir, man. That's my dude.
That's my dude.
You know, he saved my life in this game. So, you know, we Shake back there like you know, playing number 2, playing number 3, you know what I'm saying? But before that, I'm playing records like Slick Rick, I'm playing the new Joe, I'm playing, you know what I'm saying, something I did for Puff. He said, LA is like, stop that. He said, whose records are these? He said, bro, I don't need these records. I need to know what you got.
Right.
What can I have? Shake was like, the girl. He couldn't remember her name off the top. He was like, the girl that you've been working on. Because, you know, Shake always come in and look around and say, what is that? That. Bring that. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, the girl. So I just bought me a Bentley. I ain't even really know how to get the damn CD out. The CD be in the thing all week. You know what I'm saying? But it's the CD that I love. It's the Ciara CD. So I'm just bumping it. So I finally got it out. I go outside, get the CD out. That's how unready I was. And not knowing I didn't even think to bring CeCe shit in there. Because she was rehearsing, she was preparing. And I didn't think it was ready. So I walk in, play the music. This nigga LA throws his hands up. That's what I want. That's it. Play that shit again. Oh, he was just dancing around. You know, he just started dancing, turning this shit up, calling the people. Listen to this. Can y'all hear this shit? This is it. What does she look like? He's like, what does she look like? So I pulled her up. I showed some pictures that we took, like a little dummy shoot or whatever. And you know, she always super photogenic, over the top, like looking like, he's like, who shot these pictures? Like, she said, bring her up here right now. Get her up here right now. I was like, shit. And I know she over there somewhere with Divine Stevens looking crazy as hell. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, when she working, her shit's all over her head. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, she is not ready to be seen by you today.
Right.
He was like, man, he's like, Shake, man, I gotta be on that plane by such. I said, look, first thing in the morning, man, I already know I got to go and get her ready. I'm already making calls like, hey, can we get her to the beauty shop? Can we get you know what I'm saying? Get glam going, get everybody going. You know what I'm saying? So I come back, we have her come back to the office first thing in the morning. I come back 13 niggas with me, you know what I'm saying? Like we about to pop some champagne or something, you know what I'm saying? So I got CeCe with me in the middle. And LA comes in this way, we all over here, and she's like over here. She was like, all y'all, LA walks in and says, all y'all niggas move out the way. Hey, I had to move everybody back. We standing up there. You come right here. And he just looked at her, and he was like, and he just put his arms out like this. He was like, oh, that was it. That was it, Cece. You know what I'm saying? That was it. Play the songs. Okay, dance. She started dancing, that nigga was like,
no. He was gone then.
oh, it's that. Cause he never seen her. I never said she does this, she does that. He looking at her, he was like, oh shit. He says, oh, we got something else. This. He said, goes like with Ursh. This goes with Usher and all of those guys.
Oh yeah.
He was like, yeah. So he automatically he knew.
He seen it.
Yeah, he knew. He knew. He knew right.
He got that.
When he got the record, yeah. He called me and Cece in, like, what do you think about this? This is a dance record, isn't it? She's like, Cece, why would you dance to this record? Does this record make you want to dance? But she started dancing, and I was like, back then, Sean Garrett wasn't the greatest doing demos.
Right.
So it sounded crazy, you know what I'm saying? He was mimicking Lil Jon on there, yeah. It was totally you know what I mean? It was a terrible demo. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sean Garrett because his record was super smash. And he had goodies too, so you know what I'm saying? So
he hit twice.
Yeah. Quick.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he then about 13 more times, like you know what I'm saying? But he was a fool with it. That boy's a fool with it. But I was like, bro, all this record is missing is Usher. We had the opportunity to go in there, put my hands on it there. I was like, nah, I can't. John got that one. I called John. I was like, boy, that record's a smash.
Oh yeah.
So you put Usher on that thing? He said, you think so? I was like, yeah. Hell yeah.
Wow.
We in the video. Me and Ciara are in the video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
both in the video. He made sure we was in the video. He was like, yo, you got to be in that video.
So I asked, who was that we had? We had I think we had Cheddar on here, and I asked him, and we was talking about as producers.
Oh, Cheese Beats.
Cheese.
I love Cheese.
Look, I said Cheddar.
That's my
Cheese.
Negro. That's my natural Negro. Shout out to Cheese, man. Proud of him.
Cheese. We had Cheese on here, and I asked him, and we was talking about producers, and I was telling him I thought that it was better for producers if you produce your own group. Like a lot of times we shot beats for a long time, but do you think it's best for producers to go and produce their own, go create their own, just to get their name out there a lot further?
Oh, of course.
Because like what you just described now.
I mean, that's what I just described. I mean, like when then even if you got a faction like a 808 Mafia,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Who when you can attach, you know, you can attach Southside and Metro and all of those guys to you know a Future.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that just takes them to another level. But then the next level is when they can go and produce Joe Blow. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And make them, you know what I mean, hot because it's not really now at this point it's not even like for somebody to say, yeah, I did a song on Future. I was like, okay, but what did you do on Joe Blow though?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know Future know how to make records.
Right. It's a layup.
21 Savage know how to make records. Young Thug know how to make records.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? These niggas know how to make records. So you don't really get kudos from a super producer for making records with these guys. Because how do I not know that these niggas told you everything to do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, drop it right here. Put this right here. Give me just a bass line right there. Drake gonna be like, hey, no, right there. I need you to back. Then the beat come back in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need to drop right there.
Yeah.
You know
He's
what
gonna
I'm saying?
direct you in there.
Yeah.
He's gonna put his direction on it.
That's production, and that's where we get caught up. Niggas be like, I did a beat, I produced that. No, you didn't. You made the beat. You made the beat.
Conversations all the time, bro.
See, a beat maker versus
You
the
produced
producer.
the track, but you didn't produce the record. Because I can't take a frame and drop it off at the Porsche dealership and you drive off in it.
Right.
Can you?
No.
No, I got to go up under that hood. I got to go in there. I got to put the engine in there. I got the spark plug. I got everything I got to do to that thing.
Need them guts.
And the inner workings are the things that make it really move. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So we talking about a lot of moving parts. And then after that, I got to put fluids and things to make it move. You know what I'm saying? Like it's supposed to move.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we have to understand that it's a machine. It's not like, nigga, you sitting in Denmark, you sit a record over here, and I want production.
Right.
Now, some people might not want production.
Right.
That's fine, but that's their lack of knowledge.
Right.
But me, I want production on everything. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna be a factor.
So do you think guys taking beats from YouTube and the rapper just rapping over it and the producer's never in the studio with him at all? What would you call that?
It depends on what it was before they rapped on it.
When you say that, I mean,
If it's the exact same beat,
yeah,
and nothing was changed about it,
right,
except a couple of drops or something, he produced that.
The producer?
Yeah, whoever did the beat,
okay,
or whoever called a shot.
Okay.
Fair is fair. All is, man. It's all fair in business. You get what you negotiate.
Correct.
We at that point in the game.
Correct.
Because I don't argue back and forth about who did what. No, nigga, I'm Jazze Pha. Shut up.
No doubt.
Shut up. Because you was over there about to cook a pizza.
Right.
And now you at the Grammys.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No
So
doubt.
where would you be?
Yeah.
So I interviewed Eric Bellinger a couple of days ago, right? And I asked him that because you'll have a bunch of writers in the session. How do you handle that? So, some guys are like, man, just bust it down, everybody even in the room. Or do you come in and say, hey, look, 25 of these puntos got to go to Jazzy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but you know what? It depends on the relationship.
Okay.
See, you talk about Eric Bellinger, shout out to Eric Bellinger, you know what I'm saying? We actually got his first Grammy nominee on his last album.
That nigga's amazing, bro.
Yeah, and that's my brother, you know what I'm saying? Me and him actually lived in the same apartment complex at different times, and so we always talk about that. He'll send me a picture standing in front of it in Cali, when I first moved to California. But anyway, like, it depends on the relationship you have with those people. If I go in and I'm, you remember the Clutch?
Yeah.
Okay, it's the almighty Clutch. I respect the Clutch. So I'm gonna go in and they got that kind of seniority in the game. I'm gonna go in and be like, okay, what makes everybody happy? Let's have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? You ain't really right shit. You did this, you did that. You was at the house.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're part of the Clutch though. Mm-hmm. So let's talk amongst y'all and see how everybody can be compensated. Okay, we gonna just give him 5? Okay, that's cool. We gonna do this? Okay, y'all were all there. So let's just do this and make a suggestion.
Right.
And then we take it from there.
Okay.
Yeah, people be scared to talk to in business, but
That's why you get it to where you negotiate. You get what you negotiate.
Yeah. Now, speaking of Show Enough, there were 2 more artists that you had on the label that was in the back seat of that car with you and Ciara in that video. Oh. A young Jeezy and a young Jody Breeze.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. Has on rappers.
Saw that.
Yeah, I saw that. I knew one of them.
You saw it?
Well, I was familiar with both of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did that situation play out, or how did that go? We're seeing both of them in the public eye a lot right now for different reasons.
Breezy, Jody Breeze, he came from a rap contest.
In Macon.
And it was Jamaican, was it Macon?
Yeah, the car show.
Yeah, the car show.
Yeah.
And
Lil Rip was him then.
Rip! So you know all that. And we was like, I can't remember how the Jody Breeze came about though.
He had been winning the radio. He used to call into the radio station. He had been winning the
rap
freestyle.
Contest, yeah, the freestyle.
Yeah,
battle.
with DJ Skills. And when they did the car show, they did the battle and had the guys there. And there were some people from Show Enough, Noontime, something along. Yeah,
Squeak.
Yeah.
Noonie.
And pulled him.
Yep.
Yeah.
All of them. So they brought Jody to Noontime and just had him rap for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the first time I saw him. So when he came to Noontime and he rapped for me, I was like, oh, this nigga right here got a voice. He got a tone. Yeah. And it's just something about him. I just love the fact that when he moved, he was just like, it was like he never really needed nobody else to be like, you this or he was always self-sufficient.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he had this vibe. He didn't really write. He just kind of like
he was a freestyle.
Yeah. He just come up with it in his head, line for line, and he do his thing. Yeah, Jody, and I think the first record we did with
Take Me Outside with Troy.
Was that? No, I'm talking about me.
Stay Fresh.
Stay fresh.
Yeah.
All a player do is stay fresh.
That was that shit.
Yeah.
Strip club classic.
And I'm gonna tell you a story, like, and this is why I respect you to this day.
What?
Jody's from Griffith.
Yeah.
I'm from Thomaston, Georgia, which is 20 minutes south. So when he got the deal, we did a concert for him, and we were just speaking about this off camera about the Chitlin circuit. We did a party for him at the Tequila Club. You had a rap van for him at the time.
Yep.
And you came with him to the show, and it was so packed. Like, we had folks left, they couldn't get into the club. I had to leave from behind the DJ booth, and I think I had Skills or somebody cover for me, run out there and jump in the van with y'all.
I remember that.
I jumped in the van with you and him to get y'all to the club and in the front and get them in. And this was so fucked up. It was so hot, and the humidity was so fucked up in the club. The CD we had with the show on it wouldn't play. I ended up just having 2 records. I had Stay Fresh on vinyl, and I had the record with Pastor Troy. So we ended up only doing 2 songs.
Right.
But the CD you had for the show wouldn't play. I had this old cheap-ass fucking Newmark
that cheap ass
CD
equipment.
player. But it was like 110. It was like 100 degrees in the club.
Listen, them country clubs always be hot.
to go in a damn way.
It was packed. And bro came in, looked like iced out and all that. And, so the city just went crazy. But, yeah, so I just respect that. You came down and represented it, bro, and hit that Chitlin circuit. Yeah. Now, whatever happened afterwards, things work out. Sometimes things don't.
I mean, everything, like, takes its course. I mean, and artists have to be responsible and have to like, pay attention. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay attention to what's going on in the politics of the game. Right. And see, I don't think Jody really played by no kind of politics.
Hell
nah.
He don't play. He don't really play by no kind of politics. But unfortunately, this is not that kind of game.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I always have to talk to my partners because, we always, when we doing music, we always got the brown paper bag boys.
Right.
A lot of them come from being institutionalized. You know what I'm saying? So I always have to talk my brothers down like, I'm going to go I'm at the car wash right now. I'm finna go knock that nigga head off. Like, no, bro, you can't do that. Because you're in the industry. If you do that, then everybody going to peg you as this or that. You're going to catch a case. Then everybody going to be like, no, dude can't come to the summit, or he can't come to the whatever it is.
The black ball.
There's going to be something else. It's the community, bro. Mm-hmm. You're going to see these people again.
Right.
You know
Definitely.
what I'm saying? And they might have one up on you too.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you done already put the flag out there. So now he finna be all protected.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you definitely have to execute, and you definitely have to be smart. You got to be smart in this game, man. Yeah. And I love Jody, man. I want to work with him again. And I think that he's such a great talent, man. Yeah. That he can definitely get another shot and get another real shot. And you can never stop getting shots. I mean, you can make music, all the music you want to, but I mean getting a shot.
He actually got.
I think he could be a real special story where he could like resurge. And I was just talking to my boy about this the other day. I was like, when you think about McDonald's, you think about Dunkin' Donuts, you think about Starbucks, Burger King, all of them, they always repackage and resell.
Yeah, always.
Right.
You repackage.
It's crazy to talk about that.
And resell. You might cut your hair off. You might do something totally different. I don't know if y'all remember Rolls Royce Rizzy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody, Rolls Royce Rizzy. This Negro, he was signed with Jermaine. It didn't work. Left the whole situation. Went to L.A., changed his voice.
And his name.
And became 24 hours.
Yeah. That's what.
That's the homie.
That's the homie.
Now he signed as a DJ with Steve Aoki.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah. He come to see us though. When he come home, he come to see us.
But I'm just giving you a perfect example of a perfect scenario of a repackage and resale.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He resold those goods.
Mm-hmm.
He's not. People hear him and they be like, you see him, and they be like, that's him.
Yeah.
Y'all know how it goes. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
And his little brother was popping. His brother had a record. A skateboard record. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying him though, and for him to repackage it was genius.
Yeah.
But see, Jody has a way back in too, because he got one of the hottest new artists out in the street. Like a lot of the young people that are asking to play this record that we playing in the clubs, that's his artist.
That's a way to do it.
Exactly.
That's a way to do it.
If Jody hop on one of them anti-songs.
Even still him, it's still different things, nuances that you got to do to make people see you differently.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It can't be the same thing, or it's just gonna be moderate.
He coming back in as a boss.
I'm telling you, it's got to be different. It's got to be something different. What are you gonna do different? What are you gonna be like? You know what I'm saying? I don't really have to give you, like when I walk into a project, I'm used to being a sniper. I'm on that special unit, like when they bring in the drop motherfuckers from the helicopter at nighttime at 1 a.m. and they don't hear us drop in, and we come in and knock Osama and them out with the night vision.
Seal.
You know,
Like
we
a
those
seal.
guys.
Yeah.
Because when they bring artists to us, they already got 13 songs that they love. They need a single. They need the one.
Yeah.
They need the one. They need me to be like, I got him. I got him. Can you take him? Oh, yeah, I got him. I got him.
And we was
got him?
And we was talking about that too. Like a lot of producers don't know. Like you really don't make a lot of money until you get those records.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you could produce on an album, you'll get
And tempo.
yeah.
All
See,
all the producers that do tempo got rich.
Yeah.
Wait, break that down.
Name a producer that did tempo that didn't get money. Even Smurf.
We just and that
Colin Park.
Me and
Colin
Smurf
Park
talked about tempo.
He got money because he got tempo. Everybody that produced Outkast. Who else? Lil Jon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jazze Pha.
Yeah. Everything was tempo.
Timberland.
Yep.
Teddy Riley.
For real.
Pharrell. Come on, man. Name me. I want you to name me somebody that did tempo and didn't get no money.
Everybody got money that did tempo. Cause you gotta know how to gauge. You gotta know how to gauge.
It's easy to go 85 BPM and that's the first. When you walk into any studio right now, I guarantee you they mid tempo.
Yep.
That's the first thing they're gonna do because they smoking.
Yeah.
They smoking. They want to be cool.
Music.
Yeah.
They want to be cool, but the women don't want cool.
Need that bounce.
They don't want cool. They want somebody that gonna.
They want that
cool.
energy.
If you cool, that means you're too cool to dance with me.
Mm-hmm. But how do you feel
You know,
about?
you laid back, you watching. You ain't gonna talk to me until the lights come on. Then it's too late, nigga.
But how you feel about the
You know
music?
what I'm saying?
How you feel about the music now? The switch, even with the tempo, like now everything is that tempo.
It's getting tempo now.
Yeah, like it's coming back now.
I'm tempo, so I love it.
Right.
I'm tempo. I always loved Miami bass. I always loved disco.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I love chic. You know what I'm saying? And you know, back in the hip hop, you know what I'm saying?
Like
All of them
100,
days.
like 100 BPM.
Yeah,
Dougie
Dougie Fresh.
Yeah.
Come on, dog. Man, that shit right there, because it would get the party going. I'm a party type of person.
Because you got
know what I'm saying?
to remember this too. Even with tempo, it goes with like your heartbeat. Your heartbeat beats 120 beats per minute.
Mm-hmm.
So anything around that time is like it's up.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
energy.
I never thought about that.
Case in point with me,
And
my
then
go-to.
100 is like it's the mile point of the 120. You know what I'm saying? Like just look at how you like when you run, then your heart rate. Yeah. So your body kind of bounces off the tempo of the music as well. You know what I'm
What
saying?
BPM is 1-2 step?
130.
Yeah.
That's my go-to.
130.
Yeah, 130 is a good zone too.
That's my go-to.
Like one.
Yeah, that's a great tempo.
That's my go-to.
That's a great tempo.
To this day.
Yeah.
That's a great tempo.
100 is mine. I got a whole list of hundreds BPM.
It's a bunch of 107s too.
Yeah.
107, 106s.
Yeah.
Up in there.
That's why I like
That
Puffy
feel
record.
good.
That's about a 105.
Like all the New Jack is like 105, 107.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
110, that
Yep,
tempo.
yep,
You know what
that's
I'm
why,
saying?
yeah. That's
So
when I
that-
really
and that's-
learned how to make up tempos right there.
That was
107.
Teddy's genius that a lot of people didn't know that. Like that was his tempo, like
I'd study
105
all
to
of that.
110.
Even the swing. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Even the swing,
Yeah,
like, so, you know, because we say New Jack Swing, a lot of people didn't understand how to get it, but you had to swing.
Yeah, you got to swing.
You got to swing
And
you got to
know how to
your
swing that
beat.
drum
Yeah,
machine
you gotta
too.
swing
You know what I
it.
mean? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, those are them tricks. Them
Education.
tricks. That's them tricks, boy. That's them little nuggets, boy. They be like, man, why you got that thing to feel like that?
Yeah. Say I use that same machine. Don't feel like that, do it?
Just
put
like
the swing on it.
with Tricky with the he had swung what crazy right now.
Oh, Crazy in Love?
That thing swinging at about like It's on a 16 note on the MPC, but he swung it at about 55.
I was about to say 54, 55.
55.
Had to feel it like that.
Because they were like, I'm like, dang, that thing swinging. You know what I'm saying?
But you bring up Beyonce, and that made me think of when y'all was over at Show Enough. Y'all had another R&B artist over there that left and became big.
Lloyd? Who?
Lloyd too, but no, it was a female.
Ashanti?
Ashanti. How did she get away from Show Enough?
Well, Ashanti wasn't with Show Enough. Ashanti was with Noontime.
Noontime.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a difference between, you know what I'm saying, Show Enough and Noontime because, like...
See, I always kind of associated them together, too.
You do. You kind of do because Noonie is Show Enough, but Show Enough is my label.
Okay.
It was really my way of doing what I want to do and having my, own expression. You know what I'm saying? And it was kind of right when Noontime kind of...
But you worked on her, too, though, during that time.
I didn't. No.
You did? You didn't get a chance to work on her?
I didn't work with her. I never worked with her.
Okay.
I
thought when she was over there.
No, it was like what happened with that was like just some miscommunication type stuff. It wasn't even as much, it's women, you know what I'm saying? You have to deal with women and timing.
Right.
If somebody needs you at 4 a.m. or like, and you know that they might need you, you have to be available for them.
Right.
And then sometimes humanly it's impossible. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's impossible. Either you sleep, you just out of pocket, or whatever it is. And if you make it habitual, then, that thing's going to get away from you.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Ashanti's Instagram, though. Her Instagram is popping.
Yes, Lord.
You know what I mean? Shout out to
And
Ashanti.
Ashanti's my baby, too. I love her. You know what I'm saying? That's my baby right there.
So out of all those artists that you work with, and you work with a plethora of artists.
Yes,
like,
sir.
we can go down a list like, my God, we can go for days. What was your fondest memory that you've had in the studio with artists?
Probably Aaliyah. Aaliyah. Yep, Aaliyah, because I think when we worked with Aaliyah, it was me, Brian Michael Cox, my boy D.
Shout out to Brian Michael
Remember Donnie Scantz?
Yeah.
And who else was it? And Teddy Bishop. No, it was Teddy Bishop.
Teddy
He might have
Bishop.
been. And Tank was there. Tank was at the studio. I think he had left for a minute, but we got to the studio. She wasn't there yet. We were watching TRL at the time. She was actually on TRL. Remember, it was live.
Yeah.
So she was on TRL. So we're like 15 minutes from Times Square. We were at like Battery Studios or something like that. And we're watching her on TV, and it's almost like she walked out of the TV into the session because, I think on MTV, they air it probably 30 minutes after they shoot it.
Right.
So it didn't take her but like 20 minutes to get over there. So right after she came off stage, she was walking out on the stage, and they were going to a commercial, and she walked in the door.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's literally the first time I met her.
Wow.
Like, so, I was definitely on you know what I'm saying? I was already a big fan, you know what I'm saying? Because I love making female music anyway. I just had that perspective for some reason, just being around so many women so much of my life. I just understood the conversation, you know what I'm saying? So when she came in, she was just like giving everybody pet names and, you know what I'm saying, just having fun and playing with everybody. And just it was just like a blur almost. It's like you don't even remember starting or finishing. You know what I mean? It just happened. You know what I mean? So we of course we did I Don't Wanna the first day. I don't wanna be without you, be without. I don't wanna live. That and Come Over the same day. Can I come over? You know what I'm
same
saying?
day.
Yep. And then we did, of course,
Hell of a day.
I Miss You. I Miss You came later because I Miss You. Well, I was with Blackground at the time.
Right.
I was signed to Blackground as an artist.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I was signed to Blackground as an artist.
That's Barry's Hanky.
Barry Hankinson.
Yeah.
And Barry and them weren't seeing eye to eye with Timberland. Timberland and Missy had kind of took their hands off of the Aaliyah stuff. At the end, they weren't involved at all.
Wow.
No, they weren't, because they had a legal discrepancy with the publishing or something like that. Thus, remember her stuff being all tied up.
Tied up, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it was more than just the label thing. I don't know what it was, but it was some kind of disagreements on the inner workings of the game. But I love working with her, man. That was like a magical moment in my career.
So speaking of publishing, I see a lot of these producers are selling these catalogs, and your catalog is gigantic and dynamic. Have you? I know you have to
Talk about it.
into this. What are your views on that? And are you ready to participate in this?
Man, I'm ready. I'm so ready to talk.
So,
because it makes sense. I mean, it makes sense if the money makes sense. Because you got to count the money, you got to count what's projected from that. Because you can pretty much at this point you can project what you're going to make. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I'm thinking, okay, I'm pushing 50 years old, so I'm like, let me get what I'm gonna give me 40 years at a great scenario if I live to be 90. Right. You know what I'm saying? Shit. So in another 40 years, how much would I make? You know what I'm saying? Off this catalog, roundabout, give or take, 100,000 or 200,000 difference up or down. You know what I'm saying? And you add it up, and that's how you do the math.
I was wondering that. How do they calculate that?
You do the math.
So when you're seeing these numbers, are you thinking like,
your
damn,
catalog
he
is not
lowballed?
going to fluctuate that much unless I go and I do a record like Don't Believe Me, Just Watch. If I do that this year, then I might fluctuate another 100, 150 every year.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But it's not going to be like so crazy where you can't count it. These people is coming back giving you multiples of 18 on your catalog. Why not do it?
And you can always make more.
But that's not the part. The part is who we are. Who we are as far as money is concerned.
Right.
It all depends on how intellectual you are with finances, how versed you are with taxes and all of that kind of stuff. It's important because if you get all of that money at one time, you think you got all that money.
Ooh, no.
And they telling that you got the money, so they coming for you.
You ain't got it.
but the thing I always worry about with that is, it's just like with Beatles records. Like, just say Beatles records they always was huge.
Yeah.
But their publishing catalog got even humongous the older it got. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's not gonna fluctuate much, bro. But it might.
That's what I'm saying.
It could.
Let me finish. Let me finish what I was about to say.
Yeah.
So, even just think about like hip hop. Just say if something else musically was to come along, and your songs you produce are now like the background to this new movement.
Yeah, because like say I'll tell you one right now that's popping out, right?
Right.
There's two. One is So What, right? So What from the Field Mob is like one of the most sampled records
TikTok
that I
record
got.
too.
I don't know why. People just keep calling my lawyer like, hey man, we want to clear this record. We want to clear this record. We did just fine. Me and Tricky Stewart did just fine for Mary J. Blige. They already trying to sample this record. Like, I'm like, damn, this record ain't even 10 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's coming back.
They
like all of them.
They sampling this shit
They
already.
They sampling 10
Hitmakers.
One, two step is jumping up in like soccer games and like I think they just put it on a FIFA soccer game, like on the
video game. Yeah.
So like it plays in the stadium like on a break, and then it plays and the cheerleaders come out or whoever come out and dancing to it, and the crowd is dancing to it and stuff. I'm like, damn. So that gave me a spike.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So those different things like give you.
And that's why I said when you weigh the situation, you go.
That's
70
the reason why I haven't done it yet.
Right.
Okay.
Because I keep seeing these little spikes like. And I'm cool with, you know what I'm saying? I live off my catalog.
And it's kind of like if you
I
take,
ain't got to just keep on producing records.
Yeah, you ain't out here fucked up.
And I ain't saying,
hell no.
now I ain't saying taking 70 million is bad, especially at 50. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no. I mean, but shit, it's coming.
But
You just know that it's coming.
right.
It's coming. It's coming. You'll read about it.
We're gonna see the tweet.
I'll pick you up. I'll come by like,
Come get me.
come on, baby. It's time to go crack some crabs. And we're not cracking them up. We're gonna crack these motherfuckers out of a net.
No,
We're gonna be on the side of a boat like, hey, boy, you ain't never cracked them like this.
Yeah, you got to be extra when the big bag drop like that.
You know, oh yeah, we gotta be
extra.
I'm cleaning my whole Instagram out.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like one of those. It's gonna be like a Discovery Channel. Like, yeah, we caught this big ass fish. It stretches probably about a half a schoolyard.
Like, what the hell Jazzy got going on? Like, he done got that bag.
So,
Right.
so Jazzy, do you find it hard to work with the younger artists now?
No, you know why? With me, because I got kids. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I know, you know, I got the motor skills that I know how to kind of dial in on them. Because I'm always working with young people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm never out of touch with young people.
Yeah, that's how I feel. You can't.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? As long as you're in touch with young people, you kind of get
You kind of get it. You know what I'm saying?
You get it. You know what it is. And, you know, I talk some of their language.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And once they find out I do, it's like,
They can relax.
yeah, they cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then when I kind of go over the history a little bit with them, there's respect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's respect. You know what I mean? And, you know, they leaving me the big piece of chicken. You know what I'm saying?
Like they supposed to.
So,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's respect, man. That's daddy respect.
so it's also right now in Atlanta, man, it's kind of like a shift in the music scene
Yeah.
right now. How do you feel about the shift you're seeing in Atlanta right now?
You know what's crazy? Man, it might seem selfish, but I don't see it.
Okay.
I don't see it like that because I'm not in it.
Okay.
I'm not really in it. I be in my own world, bro.
Right.
I be in my own world. Now, it depends on what shift you're talking about. Let's really dial in on that.
You got a lot of different things going on. You got the gangs, you got the drill, you got
Oh yeah,
prep.
oh yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
When you say
then
the
you got-
shift, I was thinking
then you got the streaming from analog from back. You know how we used to get paid from back then. Now they doing the streaming. So it's a lot of
that
different.
shift. Yeah.
It's a big shift going on in music. That's like for
I think, yeah, I do see that. So I was thinking more like, well, forget about what I was thinking. I think that it's one of those things, kind of like, you know, like you say with the youngins.
Right.
Like once you tune into it, you kind of parlay with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You parlay with it, and then you kind of like, it's like, I really wonder how much a stream is really worth. I think we all do that, don't
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
because they
That's
just
the
said
matrix.
Hold on.
they just said that this year
right.
that a stream was going to be double what it was last year.
Right.
So if y'all selfish ass gonna give us double a stream,
Imagine
what is it really worth?
But Gib made a point last week. I mean, he made a point when I talked to him last week. He was talking about Janet was one of the first artists to go in and demand $1 for every album that she sold. $1. How did we move away from $1 per album to now we're making point something on a stream?
That we don't even know what it is.
I mean, now we do know what it is,
I
but
think that's kind of like the consensus of what I'm saying.
see what I'm saying?
We
so just take for instance when we sold independent records, right? Just say if you had 3,000 records, you know that was
10,000
300,000,
a piece.
right? You know what I'm saying? So you knew what you was making.
Yeah.
Now you don't even know.
no.
At the end of the day, if I had 1 million, like we do know now, if you get 1 million streams on Spotify, we know that's about $4,000.
If I
See what I'm saying? So, and that's why I said it's a difference, and we've really diminished what 1 million streams are, or what 1 million is. You remember that?
so they're saying how much on a million streams now?
$4,000 on like 4,500 on.
So
on
it's supposed to
Spotify.
go to like 80, 85, 8,900.
Yeah,
But they're different on each DSP too.
DS like
Tidal pays out
Tidal-
higher
There you go.
than Spotify. Right.
And Apple has a different pay scale too.
Right. It's kind of like Equifax and all the others.
And then you got YouTube.
Better know your streaming score.
Right. Like over here, hey, my Equifax and stuff.
But see, the fact that most people don't even know that, they really controlling the market.
And it's crazy, and it's crazy, and it's crazy even when I sit down with seasoned veterans and they going, bro, I don't even know.
Nobody knows.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying going
It's
like,
the big secret.
The game fucked up, bro.
but who gave them? And I have to say this because Gibbs said this in the clip we did. Who gave them the permission to go in the room and make that decision? You changed the way a lot of people.
One of them Bill Gates type of motherfuckers.
Yeah, but you went in and changed. You went and changed the way a lot of people ate.
But everybody went along with it and bowed down to it. That's the problem. Nobody. It wasn't a whole the whole industry and start bucking.
I think it was somewhat a remedy to what Napster and all of those guys was doing. You know what I'm saying? When it came from that, when they were stealing the music.
They're getting back to what Napster did.
Yeah. They
taking it back.
I think there's going to be somebody that's going to come out and kind of basically, and they probably already around somewhere, they probably just be in silence, telling you exactly where that money is going.
Oh, it's going to be a massive audit.
It got to be an audit.
It's going to be a massive audit.
So, last question. I got to ask you this. So, we come up in an era where a lot of artists were signed by, you either had to have talent or you didn't.
Right.
Now we kind of live in an era where you kind of got to have stats or you got to have a bag. Which do you prefer?
Stats or a bag?
No, stats or a bag or talent.
You know what he want. Talent.
I definitely want talent because we got the bag. You know what I'm saying?
But
and then we I'm different because I have people, like if I find the next Usher, say if he the next Usher,
right?
I got a big Rube,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Who can help us go and get the financials or whatever to go and get, you know what I'm saying? And I am the organized noise. You know what I'm saying? So we can go and we can put this all together. And we can go get a big fish if we need to get one, or we could just, we can call Ghazi.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we got all of the inner workings, you know what I'm saying? So I'd rather go with talent because I need asses in them damn seats.
Right.
I want to know who's going to. If I'm home, sleep at night, I can say Kendrick Lamar went up there on that stage and ripped that shit down whether I was there or not.
Right.
Whether I walked in and said, hey, nigga, you better be good. You know what I'm saying? No, that ain't how talent works.
Right.
So do you think that the labels value talent differently than we do?
It ain't about how they value it. It's what everybody else is doing. The labels ain't never been built on what they value.
They don't know.
The labels have never been built on what they value, but they live off of what is valuable.
Correct. Correct.
You feel me? So I'm gonna grab this, that, and that. But one of y'all is Bruno Mars.
Right.
I'm gonna live off Bruno, and I'm gonna eat off everybody else. You know what I'm saying? You got a hit, okay, bet. You got a hit, okay, bet. You are the lifeline. I'm gonna make sure you are fully accommodated. I'm gonna give you the $20 million every year. I'm gonna give you a meal. Everybody gonna be happy.
Right.
Because that's more than you've ever seen.
Right.
Yeah. So look, it's game time.
Right.
Oh, yeah, we got this game.
50 has a game, and then
I bet.
now that we have a legendary or a legend producer, I got 3 questions.
Right, bet.
Oh, well, I'm just ask you this.
All right.
Your 3 biggest records, your 3 favorite records, and 3 records that nobody knew you produced.
Boom.
It's hard for me to know, but okay.
Well, we don't know because it may not have your tag or.
Right, let's do it.
All right, so do the
No, that's your question for me. Then he has the game question coming up for you. But I want to know what's your 3 biggest.
Do one at a time. Your 3 biggest.
Yeah, do them at one time.
You asking too many questions.
3 biggest. What's your 3 biggest?
questions right back to back.
Biggest records. I'm gonna say Show Enough, Tila, because that's the record that put me in the door.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Ciara, 1-2 Step, because that's the record that like really let everybody know.
Keeps on giving too.
Yeah. And it was my pivotal moment as far as putting the artist in the atmosphere.
Okay.
And then 3, probably it's so crazy, but it's probably Area Codes. Ludacris, because Area Codes on the Rush Hour soundtrack was also in the movie and on the screenplay and on the commercial.
Bunch of chicks.
Stupid dog. When I got my money, I was like, go call Shaka and they were like, did I get y'all a check? I thought I had everybody check. Cause you know how you be like, finna go to the bank and it would like take you like a whole week to go to the bank, like. I don't want nobody, you know what I'm saying?
Like,
I steal this?
Right, I don't want nobody to come running out the bushes like, nigga, that ain't your check, boy.
They say my name on it.
That ain't your check, nigga. We was waiting up here. Oh, we knew you was finna come up here and try to cash that damn check.
So let's do this. Your 3 favorite.
Aaliyah, of course. Probably Come Over. Damn. Let me think. Dang, 3 favorite.
There's so many can't remember.
Yeah.
Man, boy, it's crazy. I'm gonna say Just Fine. That's one of my favorites.
That's gonna probably leak into the next set.
Yeah. Just Fine. Another favorite Jazzy Pha record. Biggie. The Biggie duet.
The remix with Jagged.
Nasty Girl.
Nasty Girl remix, yeah.
Oh, cool, cool. Okay.
That shit go crazy.
And so let's get the 3 that no one would possibly know that you produce it.
Slick Rick and Outkast. Slick Rick and Outkast is on this jam.
Oh wow.
Yeah, street talking.
Yeah.
I hear Jazzy all over there.
A lot of people. Yeah, womp 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 womp.
16 level guitars.
Yep.
He's a producer.
We did that at the old Patchworks too on 10th Street.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 more
So this is
that nobody knew.
nobody
Your tags
knew.
not
Okay.
on? I know. I didn't know Just Fine.
Just Fine. Okay. You didn't know that one? Okay. Trying to think when people be like, "Oh, you produced that." Dang, man. Man. I don't know. Oh, Birdman.
What's on?
Pretty lady gonna do that dance. Pretty lady gonna do that dance.
Oh yeah, because your tag's not on it.
No. I did. I kind
That's when they were throwing the food or something in the video. I think.
I tagged the video,
Yeah.
but I didn't tag the song.
Oh, that's
But
great.
that one, let me think. A third one. Damn. Ain't a whole lot of them now. Man, I don't know, man.
We'll take Mary J.
Yeah.
It's number 3.
Yeah.
All right, Phil, you got a game for
No,
him?
we run out of time. I actually would, instead of playing the game, I do want to ask one more question. As far as producers, right? So you've been in the game for a long time. I kind of want people to leave with a jewel. What is something you would tell the Jazzy Pha 15 years ago that you didn't know?
Do your taxes.
Shit.
Pay your taxes. Pay your taxes because
They coming.
the Jazzy Pha now is still dealing. I'm not like I was, but you know, there came a time when you probably looked at me like I was balling, and I wasn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
On them taxes.
Made it look
But God, you know what I'm saying? It just put me in such a space to where he just kept on blessing me, bro. Just kept on putting me in situations. Every time it felt like it was getting so dark, I would just call my mama. You know what I'm saying? And she would be like, look, baby, go for what you know. Go around people who are winning. Go around people who are smiling. Go around people who light up when you hit that room. Go around people. Don't go where you tolerate it. Go where you celebrate it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So whenever I go to do a birthday, whenever I go do something for celebratory for my people, there's 8 or 9 restaurants in the city that people absolutely go crazy when I go. It's always one of those. Mm-hmm. I always go to those places when I know I got people, when I know I'm going to have exceeding, visits or whatever, because I know that they going to welcome me. And I know I'm not going to get an unpleasant vibe going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a nugget for people because always go where you celebrate it. Don't try to do something new with a new group of people, you know what I'm saying, where you don't know people. If you know people, go where you know people.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know you're going to get favor. And favor is not fair. You know what I'm saying? So that's where you want to be, where you have the unfair advantage. You know what I'm saying? So that's in life. Go where you got the unfair advantage. Go where you got an unfair advantage. And when you get there, then you know people are loving on you. That's why you see people in the club, they always go to that club because they got the unfavored advantage.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
They got the favorite, the advantage.
Message.
That's right. All right, I want to leave on that note, on a high note, man. I want to thank you for coming through, Jazzy Pha.
Yeah, man.
This is the We Outside show. We had the legendary Jazzy Pha in the building today.
We outside.
We'll catch y'all next week. We out.
Oh, boy.